Oh. I mean,
What's going on YouTube? It's your man Black Sage 21 and it's Tuesday, so you guys know it's my questions and answers series. And of course today we're going to be talking about the G36C UMP45 PP90M1 and the P90. Believe it or not, I really like that P90. First off, we're talking about the G36C. I have a lot of great things to say about this weapon. Number one, it is extremely powerful. I think it's one of the more powerful assault rifles, but you don't sacrifice control for power. It's very controlled. It's got a lot of power. Great range. My God, this weapon has great range. Now, what I will say, I didn't really like the iron sights too much. And I think a lot of people are with me on that. I usually see these G36Cs with the red dot on them. So later on, I take those off and try it without it. Now, it does need stalker on there. I recommend for the majority of your assault rifles to put stalker on, just because they're not designed to like really be rushed with. They're kind of too powerful to be rushed with. So their mobility is really low. Although I will say they have excellent hip fire, as featured here in this video. Once again, I'm going to show you guys in a second here the hip fire of this weapon. It is not bad at short range. Now, anything more than short to maybe short medium, it probably is not going to get the job done. But for it to be an assault rifle that can pretty much do everything, I mean, it's got power, it's got accuracy, and then of course it's got that short hip fire accuracy. That's really impressive. Its major downfall would have to be the iron sights. So throw that red dot on there. You take care of that. Then of course the mobility. You take care of that with some Stalker Pro, and now you've got a great weapon that you can use in close quarters or long range. I mean, definitely this weapon is definitely a long range weapon. It doesn't have too much kick. It's got a little bit of kick. In this gameplay, I am working with the kick proficiency, but usually I probably end up changing that to focus when I've earned it. So, and not to mention, guys, it actually has a pretty decent reload speed as well, which, I mean, you never want to get caught with your pants down. Obviously, I'm using sleight of hand here, but even without it, it's got a fairly decent reload speed. Real quick, my sub box winner for the week. I know you guys didn't forget about the sub box, right? Man, I got a ton of you guys who are super active, and it's hard to choose between you guys sometimes. Like, honestly, you guys are like great. Our sub box winner for this week is Little 1995. You will be in the sub box for the next 4 weeks. And of course, my last week's sub box winner didn't get shouted out because I didn't have a video, but XX Snowboarding XX24 was last week's winner. Alright, so let's move on to this UMP. Now, the UMP was one of my favorite submachine guns, still is, but I'm starting to play with some of these other submachine guns and see that maybe I should be looking at something else. A lot of people think the UMP is overpowered, but it really isn't. I mean, it doesn't have very good hip fire at all. Especially anything longer than in short range. It does have really good iron sights, and it's got very decent power at range. So those are some of the good points of the UMP. Moving on, the P90. I had a fantastic time playing with this weapon. Alright, I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I just really didn't believe it until I actually played with it myself. Obviously, I have sleight of hand on, but it's got a really good reload speed. Now, I will say it's got some kick to it. It's got a little bit of kick to it, but it's controllable. Alright, so you don't have to waste that kick proficiency on this weapon. You can go ahead and use it for something else, extended mags or whatever. I haven't really played around too much, but it's got really decent power. It starts you off with really nice rate of fire. It's very controllable. I think a lot more controllable than it has been in the past. I'm definitely going to be playing with this gun a little bit more. Of course, loving the iron sights on it. Anytime you don't have to waste an attachment for iron, to put a red dot or something like that on a weapon, that's a very positive thing. All right, so it's a really nice weapon at medium range, short to medium range. At long range, I don't know. I would probably say the UMP's got it. So let's move on. All right, PP90M1. It's got great hip fire. I mean, I think it has the best hip fire out of all the submachine guns I've tried in this video. Of course, I've got it silenced here, but if it wasn't silenced, still has decent hip fire. Probably the highest rate of fire out of all the weapons, I would say. It shoots extremely fast, which is a good thing and a bad thing. You're going to put your opponent down very quickly with this weapon, especially if you put rapid fire on it. But by the same token, now you're running out of ammo fairly quickly, so you probably want to make sure to have a nice secondary setup, something like an MP9 or something of that nature. And it's got a very decent reload time, as do a lot of these submachine guns seem to have. And it has no power at long range, so long range battles is probably no bueno for this weapon. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, rate, comment, subscribe. Holla at your boy Sage.